Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. My name is Elivaras, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer, where today we have the Battle for the Old World, a Discord tournament, another Discord tournament, not hosted by me this time, but hosted by Godwit Ivy, and this is a 2v2 tournament, and I'm not going to be, I think with the 1v1 tournament, the 2v2 tournament, there's just too many matches where I can't display them all. So this, I'm going to be picking and choosing matches that people from those tournaments send to me, and this is Game 3 of two teams facing off. This is the Dingus Slayers versus Wehrmacht. So let's hop right into this. Actually, no, let's not. Let's look at team comps first. So we have Chaos and Empire taking on Greenskins and Bretonia. So we have 4 units of Chaos Marauders in the front here with double bronze chevrons. We've got 3 units of Chaos Warriors with halberds, 2 units of Aspiring Champions, Kolek Sun Eater, and 2 Dragon Ogre Shaggoths. Backed by a Jade Wizard here for some good healing. Going to be devastating for the other team there. That healing teamed with the Shaggoths. We see 6 units of Halberdiers, 2 units of Demigryphs, that includes the Royal Altdorf Gryphites. And we've got 2 units of handgunners. We've got an Arch Lector on foot. We have an Empire Captain. We've got the Silver Bullets. Let's take a look at these quite cool looking units here. These are the Royal Altdorf Gryphites. Definitely looking decked out. A lot better than these guys do. They look pretty cool, but these guys look even cooler. Let's take a look at the Silver Bullets here. Ooh, helmet's definitely polished and ready for this fight. And now let's take a look at the opposing side. Let's put it into slow motion as we do this. We've got 2 units of Nasky Skulkers on the flank here, along with some Forced Goblin Spider Rider Archers. That is a mouthful. 2 units of Goblin Wolf Riders on the flank. In the front here, we've got 3 units of Night Goblin Archers, all hidden. Night Goblins and Nasty Skulkers are hidden. We've got 5 units of Orc Boys, 2 units of Black Orcs, and we have Azag the Slaughterer on a Wyvern. The Wyvern gifted to him, I think it was, I don't remember who it was gifted to him by, but it was to help whoever gifted it to him reclaim or push the dwarfs back, I think, in the World's Edge Mountains. So, here we have 2 units of Peasant Bowmen with Pox Arrows. We have a Field Trebuchet. We've got 4 units of Spearmen at Arms with 1 Bronze Chevron. We've got a Grail Reliquary here, going to be buffing the troops. So if the other team can kill this Grail Reliquary, it'll be very good for them. We do have a Damsel of the Heavens. Going to get that Lore of Light in here. We have 4 units of Foot Squires. The top tier Bretonian infantry, it's not amazing, but it's good. We have Knights of the Realm here, not going for any of the new cav, it looks like. We have just normal Pegasus Knights. And we have King Luan Leoncoeur on the back of his flying mount with his flaming sword. We see some Field Trebuchets getting ready to pound into the Empire here. Gonna hammer in, do a decent amount of damage to the front line. They're knocking quite a few troops back. Not all of them will be slain. Doom Divers pouring in now, firing at the Demigryphs, interestingly enough. Not necessarily the best choice here. Very hard to hit moving targets accurately, especially Cav, who move very, very, very quickly. So it looks like he's still firing at them. They are guided, so I guess it's not as bad, but I'm pretty sure they're heavily armored, and let's check, actually. Yeah, 125 armor, and the Doom Divers don't have armor piercing. So not really the best target. They should be pounding the front lines here. Probably the Silver Bullets. That's what I would go for. You know, just get those Silver Bullets out of here because they're going to do so much damage. Especially because they're not in a spaghetti line like the front line here. Doom Divers not being put to extremely good use at this part of the battle. You see the Demigryphs trying to close in on these Goblin Wolf Riders and the Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. And they're going to pull away from the fight. See more shots coming in here. Well, that one's actually going to connect. It's doing a decent amount of damage, but really they shouldn't be aiming at these. And here we go. Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. Is there a shorter name? No, that's all consonants. It's not going to help. See the Demigryphs pouring through here, trying to engage with the Goblin Wolf Riders. The front lines are getting close. The silver bullets are starting to fire. The Doom Divers, yeah, he's finally repositioning them and going to aim, hopefully, at the silver bullets. It looks like he's finally going to do that. No, he's going to aim at the front line. But, oh, a nice hit there. Actually, doing quite a bit of damage, pounding into the front line. Actually hits the Empire Captain. And now the Orc boys getting a nice charge bonus in here as the two lines collide. You see the shaking effects. And here, the mighty powers of Star Crusher are being called down in a lightning strike that didn't do too much damage. The Pox arrow is coming in here. Oh, wow, doing a lot of damage to those Chaos Marauders. The poison from those arrows is definitely going to help, but these Bretonnians are going to have a very hard time standing up to 3 Shaggoths who are now going to be pouring into their line. They're going to come in here and smash the Grail Reliquary. This is very, very bad for Bretonnia. They can't have their Grail Reliquary. Oh, that's so annoying. Being caught out this early on in the fight is going to lose all the buffs, and he's not pulling it out. Looks like he might not notice. I don't know. Of course he notices. He's pulling Luon in. But then the Jade Wizard is here, which is going to be popping Earthblood on these Shaggoths. They're going to be taking a lot of damage, but Kolek is actually getting chunked here. We have the Spearmen at Arms, we got the Pegasus Knights, we got Luon, but now Luon is getting chunked in response. He needs to let that melee defense carry him today, but I don't know if he'll be able to last here. The Earthblood's really doing a good job of keeping these Dragon Ogre Shaggoths alive. We see the Pox arrows finally firing in. Luon taking a lot of damage, down to 50% health. And we see Curse of the Midnight Wind. Definitely what they need on these Shaggoths. Get their melee attack down so they don't have such a high chance to hit. But Luon is taking so much damage, it looks like he might actually go down here. Pegasus Knights pulling out. We have some Bretonnian Spearmen at Arms on the retreat. We see the Knights of the Realm charging into the back of these Aspiring Chambers, a decent amount of damage. But now, as Luon, did he fall, or is he just... It looks like he's dead. Yep, Luon has fallen. Very bad news for Bretonnia with their poor leadership. That is certainly not going to help him. We have an Empire Captain in the field Trebuchet. We see the Greenskins dueling... Black Orcs dueling with some Demigryph Knights with Halberds. Not really the engagement that Demigryphs want to be in. They want to be taking out large units, not Black Orcs. They're not going to do very well in that engagement. Looks like they do have some of them actually over here, so it's only some that got caught by the Black Orcs, but still not what they want. Nasty Skulkers getting ready to pour into the back of these Halberdiers, who are going to take a nasty chunk of damage. You can see their health is dropping pretty quickly there. Greenskins faring quite a bit better. Oh no, actually, mass rout the Night Goblin Archers at over 80% each, and they're both just routing. This is bad news. You can see this is swinging heavily in Chaos's favor. Well, Chaos and the Empire. Silver bullets have been taken care of by the cavalry. You can see the front line. Foot Squires are wavering, and they're going to rout a lot of Chaos troops still alive. And of course, those Shaggoths, and they finish off the Grail Reliquary. Empire Cap. Nothing is going to bring these guys down at this point. You can see the Pegasus Knights flying gracefully through the sky, but this might be the last time they fly, for the battle will soon come to an end. What is going to be done with them is the question. Doom Diver, Catapult Crew, smart. They pulled it off the Doom Divers because the Doom Divers were in a bad position. But at this point, not much can save them. We can see the Shaggoths pouring into the back of these Black Orcs, absolutely shredding them. They're going to be routing very soon. Star Crusher falling upon the foe, along with his 2 Dragon Ogre Shaggoths. They are going to be routing very quickly, and indeed they are. Orc boys not going to do much against 3 Dragon Ogres. So actually a very popular build for Chaos nowadays is the double Dragon Ogre with Kolek. Maybe not even with Kolek, but the double Dragon Ogre, definitely a very, very popular build. Very powerful. See, Bretonnia trying desperately to make a last stand here, but the leadership value is definitely not helping. Just don't have enough infantry to hold back the tide of Chaos as they pour in here. I'm not exactly... I guess the Halberdiers may have been chosen for their armor piercing. It's probably why they were chosen. Yeah, against the... Who were they fighting? They were fighting, yeah, Greenskins and... Bretonnia against the armor piercing, I guess, and potentially if Bretonnia brought a lot of cav. I don't think the Halberdier... Well, I guess they're a good choice. It's hard to say, really, because they cost more than basic infantry, and you can always get the armor piercing through, like, for example, the handgunners that they had. You don't really need them, and especially with Actually, why am I saying the armor? I'm thinking he's fighting chaos. Okay, that's my problem. Really, the armor piercing doesn't seem to have been needed. I mean, you're fighting greenskins in Bretonnia, not known for their heavy amounts of armor. So yeah, all halberds is an interesting choice, especially as chaos had halberds too. I guess they assumed that Bretonnia was going to bring a lot of cav, where they only had one unit. So that's interesting. But it could have gone very poorly for them if they had been able, if they had more of a goon squad to take care of those Shagos, because as soon as those Shagos downed Leonkar, it was just over. And especially with that Jade Wizard who was just healing them up, there's basically nothing they could do. We can see 60 seconds left. Greenskins trying to rally their forces together for final stand. Shaggoths massing back with their troops and ready to charge here. This is going to be devastating. Demigryphs charging in. We see Earthblood being popped. 20 seconds left. Looks like after these guys engage, it's just going to be a mass rout. Yeah, we see it rout along the lines. Leadership values are falling, and that is a mass rout and retreat. And the forces of chaos, allied with the Empire, managed to defeat the Greenskins and the Bretonians. I guess we can take a look at the stats here. Alright, yeah, Kolek definitely doing some work. About 100 kills. Dragonlord Shagos, not too many kills on both of them. Still did some good work, though, definitely. We can see the Empire Demigryphs pulling their weight decently well. Halberdiers taking quite a bit of damage. Archlector, Jade Wizard, and Empire Captain at full health, to be expected. We have Tane here. So we have Shaxiel and Goldfish, the Dingus Slayers, versus Wehrmacht, which is Tane and Zolo, it looks like. Orc Boys absolutely got slaughtered in the front line. They're really not meant, they're really just meant to be a buffer. Looks like Aze got killed really early on. I don't think I noticed that. I must have missed that. And Bretonnia not doing too well across the board. Field Trebuchets, a lot of wasted. Well, no, it wasn't the Field Trebuchets. Aha, it was the Doom Divers. A little bit of wasted potential as they were firing at the Demigryphs. Not necessarily what they want to be firing into. So I feel like the issue that the Greenskins and Bretonnia suffered from was they did not have enough heroes. You can see that the Empire, they had their Empire Captain, the Archlector, the Jade Wizard, and then Shaxiel had 2 Dragonlord Shaggoths and Kolek. That is a ton of heroes. And without a lot of single target damage DPS units, Bretonnia and Greenskins really just didn't have the power to bring them down. Maybe if they'd managed to all focus their archers on one unit at a time, it would have worked. You can see the peasants with Pox arrows were actually doing quite a bit of damage to those Shaggoths. But really, in the end, it came down to that Jade Wizard who was just able to heal and heal and heal. And Leonkar didn't have the the support with him to keep him alive. Of what you'll see with Bretonnia, especially pre-patch, I don't know how different it is now with the DLC being released, but a lot of what you saw was Luan matched with 2 paladins, and that way, he'd have an air guard with him at all times, and he'd have a goon squad, so they could go and single out heroes. But they didn't go with it. They went with a pretty infantry-heavy build. The problem you run into with this is they didn't have enough leadership. I think both of them. You have to realize that, especially against Chaos, they could have a lot of fear-causing units. Especially, you have Shaggoths pounding into your line. You need something to hold your troops there. And if Leonkar is forced to go into melee against Shaggoths, especially 3 of them where he's going to die, you need something else to give them leadership. And then you also run into the problem with the Grail Reliquae you saw was singled out very early on and just got floored. Basically, it didn't get to do much. They just didn't have anything to hold back those Shaggoths. They could just charge right through the lines. The Bretonians would just break. You can go and kill the Reliquae early on, do so much damage. Like, these things are not built to last, but if you can protect them sufficiently, they will really help your forces. Interesting choice. I don't know if I would have gone with all halberds, especially against Bretonnia and Greenskins. They really don't have much armor. Only the Black Orcs, which he had 2 units of. And Bretonnia doesn't have much armor, I think, except for the Cav. I definitely would have gone for a few, maybe 3 of them. But 6 seemed a little bit unnecessary, especially considering Shax had 4 units. So way too many halberds, but in the end, the fact that they had a ton of heroes and Bretonnia and Greenskins did not, is what won them the day. So, I think that's going to end it for now, folks. So I hope you all enjoyed the Battle for the Old World. This was the first match that I have covered. I'm not going to be covering all of them. I'm not going to be able to do it with the Here We Go tournament either, just because there's so many matches and they actually happen quite quickly. So, and I'm just not able to put out videos that quickly with work. So, yeah, I hope to get some more of these matches to you all in the future. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers, guys.